Alright guys, welcome back to another installment of Southern Aquaponics. Alright, this is an update on what's going on. This is Veterans Day. So we've had a little bit of cold and I've had some issues with the plants. Some plants are doing well, others are not doing so well. It's a combination of things. I'll go over them with you. Anyway, let's take a walk. I have not been impressed with the brim. They are a little on the small side, and as a result they have they've died. Quite a few of them have died. And the other issue is they're not producing enough ammonia for the needs of the plants. And here's the catfish. The catfish have not died at all, and they're slowly growing, but just not enough to produce a lot of ammonia, I guess. So, what have I been doing? I've been supplementing with artificial ammonia, which is, you see down there, just putting ammonia straight in there, and that seemed to do the trick. Combination of the ammonia, seaweed extract, and the chelated iron. That's what I've been putting in the system, and that seems to be doing well with the plants. Now, the Swiss chard and the Georgia collard greens are doing great, as you can tell. The things that aren't doing so well are things that are out of season, like the tomatoes, the spaghetti squash, the Brussels sprouts, broccoli, the snap peas, zucchini. Those things aren't doing so well. Now, I think it might be a combination of things. I think part of the problem is trying to grow things that are out of season, because it's more than just a temperature issue. It's also that the bees aren't out, you got pollination issues, things like that. So they got to about this height, which it grew pretty well, and then they just started to stunt. They started to wilt. They put on some flowers and whatnot, so I'm still watching them, but they just don't look that healthy. And if you see, like on the zucchini plants, I get this all the time, and I don't know what exactly is causing it, but you see how it's just, this is the kind of the issue I'm getting, the wilting of the leaves. And my pH level is staying at about 8. I haven't been able to get it down below that. I did a pH test on the gravel, and it is pH neutral. I did it with the vinegar. Creates no bubbles whatsoever. So I don't think it's the any lime that's mixed in with my river rock. The only thing I can attribute it to is that the system hasn't been up and running long enough for the pH to drop. I'm using nothing but rainwater, which is about a pH neutral of 7. And you see here, these are the eggplants, and they grew to this point, and then they just kind of stunted. I don't know what the issue is, but as I figure it out, I will let you guys know. And most of the plants that I grew from seeds were plants that are out of season, and you know, maybe that's the issue, that they're not in season. It's just better to grow them when they're in season. So I'm going to try all these plants again in the springtime. But if you look at the Georgia collards, I bought these at Walmart, already seeded out, and you see they're just doing great. You know, all the Georgia collards are doing great. The basil is starting to go to seed a little bit, but it's done great. All the different things like the spearmint and peppermint, basil, they've done really good. The onion chives, they've seen better days. I don't know what the deal is with them. Even back here in the back, got these loofah plants that have been growing, and they're just looking pretty pitiful. So I'm not sure if it's a seasonal thing, a pH thing, or an ammonia thing. I'm not sure. But since I've been adding ammonia, the collards and the Swiss chard have really taken off. And so I've got a few snap peas that are growing, but not enough to eat. There's like 2 or 3. I don't know, we'll see. Same thing here, you see, getting this wilting going. This is spaghetti squash. Just not sure. The Swiss chard's doing great. It's beautiful. I've got thousands of blooms on these cucumbers back here, and I've got a couple of them that are wanting to sprout out. Where is that thing? There it is. There's one that's trying to go. I don't know, guys. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try what's seasonal. I'm gonna work on getting that pH down, and also the fish. Until the fish get bigger, I guess I'm just gonna have to add some supplemental ammonia to the system. I did do a few more modifications to the greenhouse. I added some vents. These are just air conditioning vents for the ceiling in a house. I added those in to draw some cool air in when I've got these vents closed, because I don't have automatic vent openers yet. And then also when the exhaust fan kicks in, it'll draw that cool air through here. So that was one thing I did, but my issue now is cold. And I also put in the misting system. I don't know if I ever showed you guys that. Bought that at Walmart for 30 bucks. Let me show you what it just comes down right here. And it hooks into the hose system right there. $30 at Walmart. And it does a really good job bringing the temperature down. But like I said, the issue right now is not so much the temperature being too high, it's being too low lately. I did buy a heater. And here's the thing, guys, I don't want to spend $100 in electricity for $20 worth of groceries. So I haven't been running it as much as I was initially, and I'm just possibly going to go with what's more seasonal that can handle the cold a little better. Anyway, that's my update. If you have any questions, just give me a shout.